Hey EC, welcome to Lion Talk episode 2. Today we're here with Coach Shayla Moore with Acrobatics and Tumbling. So let's get to know Coach Shayla. What got you into acrobatics and tumbling to begin with?
So acrobatics and tumbling is a new sport. This is the 11th year of acrobatics and tumbling. And so when I was in high school, I ran track and I did cheerleading. I did cheerleading for about 14 years before doing acrobatics and tumbling, and I thought I was going to cheer in college. And sideline cheer was not my thing. I love the competitive aspect of cheerleading, and so one of my teammates had done acrobatics and tumbling, and she was like, you know, her mom was like, I think that this would be really good for you. And I was like, no, I don't know what that is. I'm going to cheer or I'm going to run track. And then I looked into it a little more, and I figured out, you know, I don't need to run track. I've been tumbling my entire life. I don't need to run track. I need to use these skills that I've built over my entire lifetime and use them to excel in college. And then I went to Baylor 4 years, did acrobatics and tumbling, and loved it. And now I'm back here coaching it, and I'm extremely, extremely excited that we have acrobatics and tumbling in Georgia. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So what initially led you to Emmanuel to coach?
So, Glenn Toney, he works in the IT department. I did cheerleading with his daughter at Pro Cheer over in Houston, and he reached out to me and he was like, hey, you know, we're starting an acrobatics and tumbling program. I know you did cheer with Bethany, and you're a stud there, and I think that this role will be really good for you. And I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. You know, I mean, I'm excited acrobatics and tumbling is in Georgia. However, you know, I'm doing weightlifting. I don't really know what I'm doing with my life. I just majored in forensic science, and I'm not really sure, you know, if that's the path I should be taking. And then I talked to my former head coach, Felicia Mulkey from Baylor, and she was like, Shayla, if anybody should do this, I think it's you. And yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to do this, and, you know, I'm going to try my best, and if I fail, I fail, but I tried it, so.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're here. As a new coach this season, this year, coming in with COVID-19, what are some expectations that you might have for this season?
So, with COVID, I did start recruiting the week, like right before COVID hit, so I wasn't expecting that. So we do have a smaller roster this year. However, I just want my team to be driven, to just learn the sport. You know, I haven't exactly even gotten many athletes that even knew what acrobatics and tumbling was, same as I was when I was going into acrobatics and tumbling. I have people from dance, gymnastics, like different kinds of other sports that, like, you know, you wouldn't expect, okay, like, I'm going to try acrobatics and tumbling, but I expect my athletes to be driven and want to learn more about acrobatics and tumbling, care less about, you know, winning the conference and winning and going to nationals and everything like that, because who knows, we might not even be able to compete this year. So just be willing to learn and be excited about the sport, because if you go in dreading it and it's like, oh, I don't even know what this is, and you're hesitant, it's not going to be as fun. So I expect them to go in full force, driven, ready to learn everything they can this year. Build a foundation for us.
Yeah, and in return, what should the players and the EC community expect from you as a coach?
I think they should expect me to be excited to have a new team, and just be excited to build a team from the ground up. Not many coaches get to do that, especially, you know, being young and you know, trying to do this in COVID and trying to teach the EC community about acrobatics and tumbling and try to differentiate it from cheerleading and gymnastics, and just teach the community this is what acrobatics and tumbling is, and this is what we do. This is what you should expect when we go out on the mat. This is when you should cheer. This is, you know, there's a lot of teaching to do, and I learned from a very great coach. So I think they should just expect me to be excited and ready to teach as many people as possible, give as many opportunities as I can to learn about this new sport.
Yeah, well, I'm personally excited to learn about acrobatics and tumbling. Do you think that because of COVID and because of the ways that sports have had to be pushed back and postponed, do you think that's going to give you a unique opportunity with the girls to get to know them more, maybe?
It does. So with COVID going on and stuff, it slowed down the pace of everything. So we start practice today. We should have started practice the first week of school, and it's been able to help me, learn more about a manual so that I can teach my recruits that I'm having in 2021. I can teach them more of, what's actually here in a manual, give my athletes more on this is what acrobatics and tumbling is, this is what we'll learn in the fall instead of just jumping right into it. I got to give them a little what you should expect in the fall. This is what we're going to do in strength and conditioning, this is what we're going to do as far as practice, and it gave them more time to get a feel of a manual, because I did get some transfers and some people who are from out of state, and it's a little harder for them to adjust, and this is a rural area, and it's a very culture shock for some people, and this is giving them the chance to adapt before they start trying to adapt to something else that's new, like acrobatics and tumbling. So I think it's given us a pretty good advantage.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, I'm excited for your season. I know that EC is really excited and pumped to have you here. We appreciate you being here for Lion Talk today, and we just look forward to a great season from you.
Thank you for having me.